Hi, Christopher.
Hi, Agata.
Let's talk about CSRs, not customer specific requirements, but corporate social responsibility in terms of supplier management. This is really important because there is a lot to lose or a lot to gain when we are following corporate social responsibility. I'm curious about your thoughts about this.
Well, as Charge being a UK company, we have a lot of legislation which mandates and requires us to comply with all laws and regulations, not just in the UK, but where we sell those markets abroad and overseas. The responsibility as a company is we need to make sure that what we do is ethical, sustainable, and we have good governance over what we do. So there's a lot of phrases that we use. It's called the ESG Charter within the UK, but we're also looking at things like fair trade, human trafficking. All these things need to be cascaded within the supply chain. So when we nominate suppliers, it is under the understanding that the suppliers are complying with those requirements, especially when you're selling into certain countries, certain markets that might not necessarily comply with those requirements. But ethically, as an organization, we mandate that within our supply chain. So not only does it affect our brand and image, it can affect theirs. So we need to make sure we comply with those laws, those regulations, and also just from an ethics perspective that we are complying. So.
Mhm. I remember from my experiences when I was working with the suppliers, I was auditing and doing just corporate social responsibilities audits. These were one of the most difficult audits because I was checking the information which were not always convenient. Yes, there was no child labor. In Europe, maybe this is not present. I hope it is not present
Well,
anymore.
in my experience, I've never seen that in Europe. I've never actually seen it at a supplier itself. So I've never been to a. Fortunately, I've worked for companies that have actually complied with that corporate social responsibility. They actually say they do what they say. I've never seen that instance of it. We would never source a supplier where it is child labor or essentially slave labor. That's has to be
Yeah.
ethical.
Or no forced labor, yes,
Yes,
no
yeah, forced
slavery.
labor. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
also
it's really important.
important. The working conditions, yes. So here, health and safety might be very helpful in this in during that audit. What else? Environmental protection. Yes, this is now more, I would say, more common. Yes, that we expect to have our suppliers to be certified, even according to ISO 14001. Yes, even with health and safety and working conditions, ISO 45001. Yes, this is also um, working together, I would say. So now with this corporate social responsibility, this is really big case because of the branding, yes, of the names. It's very easy to lose a good name, very hard to rebuild this name. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would
And
say in the example of Charge, obviously we don't have that legacy to build upon. These larger OEMs are the ones, even the premium ones that we well know. I'll not name them, but they've been around for a long time. In some cases, more than 50 years. So they have that supplier base regardless of scandals and issues. And in some cases, yes, they may lose some customers, but they can bounce back. Charge is an emerging company. We want to make sure that what we do is correct to all laws and regulations.
mm,
And we need to make sure it's sustainable what we do. We're an electric company. Where we source things ethically is really important, especially certain regions. We want to be cost competitive, but not at the expense of corporate social responsibility. So it's really
mhm,
important that we understand that when we do our audits as SQA or as purchasing and so on, we are subconsciously auditing suppliers and we do check to see what their work conditions are like. And if a supplier has subjective and very very borderline conditions where we may think this isn't what it would be like in the UK or Europe, as you know, for me, that I would walk away from that business and decline the offer to give them any nomination. They wouldn't be considered. So watching how people work, are they tired all the time, do they get right living conditions and so on, working conditions are correct, do they have access to basic rights, which is
mm,
sanitation and so on. All these things are so important when we go to suppliers. I would never nominate a supplier or volunteer to give one any business if they did not comply with those requirements.
So also social aspects, yes,
Yes.
psychological aspects, and
Yeah.
so on.
Yeah, like
Um,
pressures, the working environment, is it stressful? Is the upper and middle management, pushing too hard on the operators and so on. At the end of the day, the operators are the ones that build the product. They're the ones that give you your profitability. So it's so important that they are treated fairly, equally, the same respect as what they would get a CEO in a company. We do look at that. We might not necessarily put it down as an audit score, but it's definitely something that we would consider when we do our nomination council, when we discuss yes or no, do we want to move to the next stage to a supplier. Management of suppliers and their internal processes is so important, and how they treat each other fairly is really important as well to us.
I think for now we can stop discussing this topic. This is really difficult topic, and also has a lot of criteria. Yes, depending on the organization, the aim of such audit. Some organizations even are hiring some companies for doing professionally that kind of audits. Okay, Christopher, I have very bad news for you. I have only one topic left, which I would like to discuss with you. So let's meet in another episode and let's discuss about the problems when we have a problems in the cooperation with the suppliers. Thank you.